You won't believe what happened next. A kid climbs a giant soup billboard on TV. The town panics, the fire department rolls in, and behind the scenes the price tag explodes. Yep, one of the most wholesome shows in history once blew its budget on a fake bowl of soup. And that's just one of the wild, little-known stories hiding inside a classic that shaped American family TV for decades. Let's rewind. The show didn't just follow a family, it let us see the world through a kid's eyes. That's why the stories felt so real. Awkward classroom moments, sibling mishaps, parents trying their best, and sometimes missing the mark. It was sweet, smart, and sneakily bold. How bold? We'll get there. First, back to that soup. In 1961, the episode In the Soup sent Jerry Mather's Beaver up a massive billboard to check whether the soup was real. For wide shots, they built an outdoor sign. For close-ups, they constructed a huge replica on a soundstage so the camera could capture every squirm. The effect was unforgettable and expensive. Costs soared well beyond the usual weekly budget, forcing the team to tighten belts afterward with smaller sets and more ensemble moments. Who knew fake soup could be so pricey? Speaking of kids under pressure, let's talk about Jerry Weil, who played Judy Hensler, the sharp-tongued classmate who always had Beaver's number. She left after 31 episodes and later explained how hitting puberty on a kid-centric set was rough. Wardrobe tried to flatten her changing body with bandages. Imagine filming a baseball scene while worrying a pad might show under a skirt. That kind of stress will make anyone say, "I'm out." She wasn't fired, she chose to leave. Not all tough stories were on set. Hugh Beaumont, who played the ever-steady dad, Ward Cleaver, carried a private heartbreak. During the show's run, his family suffered a tragic car accident that took his mother-in-law's life and seriously injured his son. Friends said he kept working with that calm face we all knew, but the pain never really left him. For audiences, he was the model father. For the man himself, the role sat beside real grief. Now, where did Larry go? Rusty Stevens played Larry Mondello, Beaver's snack-sneaking trouble buddy. Then, poof, he vanished after season 3, with no on-screen farewell. Fans whispered that his family wanted privacy. Castmates later suggested his mom's behavior on set didn't help, and a move out of state sealed it. The show replaced that mischief friend energy with Stephen Talbot as Gilbert Bates, clever, sneaky, and perfect for landing Beaver in new scrapes. Here's something sweeter. The brotherly vibe wasn't fake. Jerry Mathers and Tony Dow became real-life pals from day one. They toured together after the show, did stage plays, and backed each other through careers and life shifts. Funny twist. Mathers is actually older than Dow, but on screen, Wally felt like the big brother blueprint. Cool, athletic, steady. Oh, and about being cool, Tony Dow was legit. Before acting, he was a junior Olympic diving champ as a kid. Precision, discipline, body control, exactly the skills that made him look effortlessly confident on screen. He didn't chase acting at first. An open audition and that calm presence changed everything. Here's a quirky rule the producers had for their young stars. Don't watch the show. Seriously. Jerry Mathers and Tony Dow were discouraged from tuning in, so they wouldn't get big egos or self-conscious about their performances. Imagine the whole country watching you become iconic, and you barely see any of it. And then the show did something no TV comedy had dared before, showed part of a toilet. Not a joke. In the 1957 episode Captain Jack, Beaver and Wally stashed a tiny alligator in the toilet tank. The censors freaked out. After back and forth, the compromise was, you can show the tank and the handle. That's it. Few seconds on screen, and TV history was made. Wild what used to be taboo, right? One reason the series felt so, well, human. The kids actually grew up on screen. Beaver starts in 2nd grade, Wally's hitting adolescence, and we watch them change awkward crushes, new responsibilities, real consequences. By the end, Wally's graduating high school and Beaver's moving out of elementary school. It wasn't a cartoon world where nobody ages, it mirrored real life. There's a famous rumor that Jerry Mathers appeared as a toddler in an episode of another mega-classic sitcom. He didn't. Records name a pair of twins in that scene. The resemblance sparked decades of confusion, and Mathers has shut it down many times with a smile. You know what isn't a rumor? He rocked up to his Beaver audition in a Cub Scout uniform because he had a meeting to get to. That no-nonsense honesty, "Let's hurry up, I've got scouts," sold the producers immediately. Before that, he'd already been in ads and several films. The kid was a pro before he could tie a perfect square knot. Let's talk style. Barbara Billingsley, the elegant June Cleaver, wore pearls almost every episode, not just for fancy scenes, but while cooking and chatting too. Why? She had a small hollow at her neck that cast a shadow on camera, and the pearls balanced the look. As the boys grew taller, she often wore heels, so Mom didn't look tiny beside her sons. Pearls and pumps became part of the show's visual language. Grace, calm, and a little Hollywood trickery. Where did the Cleavers actually live? Mayfield. That's all you got. No state. Over the years, clues pointed in all directions, references that could suggest Wisconsin or Ohio, exterior shots from different towns, and props that never quite nailed it down. That vagueness was the point. Mayfield was meant to feel like your hometown, wherever you lived. Decades later, something special happened. The gang came back. First, a reunion movie, then a sequel series. Jerry Mathers returned as a dad, Tony Dow as grown-up Wally, Barbara Billingsley as Grandma June. Ken Osmond slid back into Eddie Haskell's smirk, and Frank Bank revived Lumpy, Nostalgia City. Sadly, Hugh Beaumont had passed away by then, but his presence was honored in spirit. It felt like family dropping by after a long trip. Here's a writing rule that might surprise you. If a line got giant belly laughs at the table read, it often got cut. The creators wanted gentle humor situations you smiled at because they were true rather than gag-driven punchlines. It's why the show still feels warm instead of wacky. So why end a hit after 6 seasons? School. Jerry Mathers wanted a normal education and teenage life, and the schedule made that tough. Could the show have continued without Beaver? Technically. But come on, the heart was in the title. Better to bow out with dignity than drag on without its center. Afterward, Barbara Billingsley was typecast as the perfect TV mom. Then she flipped the script with a hilarious cameo, years later speaking jive on a plane, proving she had sharp comedic timing far beyond the kitchen set. That one scene reminded everyone she could do anything. If any of those memories made you smile, I want to hear your favorite moment. Was it Eddie Haskell's fake politeness? Beaver's worst ever scheme? Wally giving the most patient Big Brother look in TV history? Drop your pick below. And if you want more smart, cozy deep dives into classic TV secrets, hit like, tap subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss a story. Thanks for watching. Now go be a little bit Beaver today and a little bit Wally tomorrow.